Hi folks, this is Nikhil and you are learning GoLang with me. In this particular session, I am going to discuss a very basic concept in GoLang, and that basic concept is extremely crucial in any of the higher programming language. That concept is about organizing your code effectively and efficiently. Yes folks, I am talking about the package in GoLang. So let's dive in straight away. So in the assembly level languages or the lower level languages, you don't have to deal with the organization, the structure of your code, the package and the project, because over there the purpose is completely different. However, in the higher level languages such as Python or Java, Scala and Go, you use those languages to build the enterprise level applications, and over here the scope is very big, and that's why you have to write so many code lines, and then that's why the object oriented programming came. That's why the different practices came into picture, and the entire purpose or the entire objective was to have the better and efficient organization of your code, so that not only the readability of your code but also the maintainability of your code increases substantially. So in GoLang, this structure or this encapsulation of the code is done by the package. That's the higher level entity that comes or that helps you in organizing your code. So we already created a structure in last session when I talked about the creating a source and then the package structure, the directory structure in your GoLang, and then I already demonstrated that with the help of the GoLang, which is the IDE from JetBrains. Now just to touch base those facts again. So you have the domain. So generally you have the primary domain followed by the secondary domain. So primary domain over here is, let's say, com.github. Then the secondary domain over here, this is com.github.nic, and then lastly you can have the nested domain, subdomains, as many as you want. For example, if I am building something for, let's say the messaging chat application, then I will have primary domain com.github.nic. Let's say I will have, let's say I name it new message or new WA, or let's say NXGWA, some name for next gen WhatsApp. And then you have the projects. So one of the project could be actual having XMPP for the duplex channel in between the sender and receiver. One of the project could be analytics. One of the project to store the data into, let's say, Cassandra kind of system, and so on. So now you got the point. That's the entire objective over here. So this is done by the package. So the primary domain, for example, com.github.nic, and the subdomain, that is nic. So you don't have to declare them as a package. If you are working in Java, then most probably you have to you must have declared something like this: organization name xyz dot application name, I don't know, payment gateway dot project, something like that, and then entire name has to be the package name. However, in GoLang, you don't have to worry about the primary domain and then the subdomain, because what you do is you create the structure, the directory structure, and then the directory structure, if I see the directory structure, then you will see that under my workspace I have source, and under that I have two directories, github.com and then nic, and sample is my project name. And under sample, now I have to have the package name. So under sample I have to deal with the organization of my code. So let's say one of my project name is sample. Under that I have the hello world package, and then the main package. Now anything that is non-main, that is non-main function, non-main package, it acts as the store for the code. Okay, so that is not the executable code. For example, in Java or Scala, you have the public static void main. You can have any package name over there, but you need to have the main method over there, and that has to have the format. That public has to be the access modifier, there has to be the argument, string arguments, and then so on. So in GoLang, that is done by your main function and then the package main. So the main function has to be under package main. You can have any name for the Go file. So for example, if you follow a pattern, something similar to the Spring Boot, then generally you tend to, or there is a propensity among the developers, GoLang developers, to have something like a standard. For example, in my case, I generally make use of the executor.go as a standard in any of the project. So whenever I go to the any of the project, I look for the main package and then the executor.go. I know that this is the program that is runnable, that is executable. And then other packages, you have to follow that. You have to follow a standard that the package name should be a directory name, and then you need to have the package name as a declaration. You can have any of the file name in the file name. So for example, in the package hello world, I can have hello world.go, I can have string.go. So whenever it makes sense, whenever there is a relevance, you have to collect all of those files into one package. And then the main has to be a different package. So you cannot have, let's say, if it is nested package, then only you need to create the directory like this. Let's say it is hello world.app, so I will have app, and then inside the app I will have let's say sample app, and then over there you will see that automatically in GoLang the package name that is taken into consideration is app, and it is a nested package. So the nested package is hello world.app. So let's say if I have method over here, func let's say get sample app and something like this, and then if I go to my executor.go, then I cannot simply just make use of it, sample app.go and get sample app, because it has to be related to the, it is pertaining to your access modifiers, which I'll be covering as a part of the subsequent session. However, in order to import any package, you need to go to the relative path, but that relative path should or must start with the primary domain. So for example, in the hello world we have get app name, get display message, and display message. These are the methods. I can understand that few of you can notice that in one of the method I have lowercase, it starts with the lower letter d, and then two methods start with the uppercase letter G. Now that difference, why is that difference? Or even in the variable names, I have one variable that starts with the lower letter M, and then another variable that starts with the upper letter A. Why that difference? That will get clear in the next session. It is pertaining to your access modifier, but at the same time, if you want to import it, you have to import the complete package name. So for example, let's say if I just want to call let's say app, I want to call the sample app.go, so get sample app. So in that case, I will have to start with the hello world dot app, and then from there I can have the, so app dot all, because this is small g, that's why it was not visible. So now it will be visible. So hello world, or let's say app, and then get sample app, and automatically you will see that in the import statements you have new import. Now this time around the import starts with github.com. You have the hello world and then you have the app. So it also indicates that this is the app is my nested package. Once you are done with the package declaration, another thing that you have to remember is the enterprise level applications are nothing but the collection of different projects. So you have to wisely choose your projects. You can have the microservices in that case. Even in that case, the package names has this exactly similar significance. At the same time, you will distribute your code across so many different projects, and each of the project will generally end up in one microservice. You could use service composition pattern to have different projects getting fanned into one microservice, but that is a different ball game altogether. So I hope you have now understood what is a package, what is the difference between a main package and non-main package. So before I conclude this session, let me just demonstrate quickly that in order to run, you can right click and then you can see that run go, and automatically you will see that run go build hello world, which is hello world.go. Now this is the non-main package, non-main function. That's why you will not see any output over here, because for example, let's see if I have display message, I am displaying some kind of message over there, hello world. However, there is no caller or there is no runtime execution environment that is actually invoking my display message. So another way to run your program is you go to a terminal and then you call go run and then the hello world.go. Now over here you will clearly see the error message that go run cannot run non-main package. Now if I switch my program to executor.go, so let me open the terminal over here. So if I run go run and then executor.go, then now you will see that all of my display statements are getting printed because of the fact that main is invoked. I can run the program using the right click and then run which executes go build executor.go. I hope now you realize the importance of organizing the code effectively and efficiently, and then how to make use of the project and the package features of GoLang effectively, so that you have better code readability and at the same time better code management and organization. That's it for now. See you in the next session.